Yo, what's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another reaction video. We got our NFL QBs actually overpaid. My opinion, bro, it's hard to really say are they truly overpaid because there's some QBs that actually deserve it, and then there's QBs like Trevor Lawrence who don't really deserve getting paid big money like that. But as long as the cap, the salary cap keeps rising, the QB market is just going to get more expensive, bro. I would not be surprised if next season, bro, by the time like the next offseason comes, that somebody's getting paid $60 million a year, bro. I would not be surprised. Let's go ahead and check this out.
To get out of hand. It's honestly just turning into a game of leapfrog. Whoever's turn it is to get a new contract is going to become the highest paid player in NFL history, only to be passed.
And I feel like that's not good, bro, because like all that money is gonna be put into one person, and you're not gonna be able to put more talent around that one person, bro. If it's me, bro, I'm really gonna take a pay cut, like to win more championships. That's just me.
By the next quarterback who's due for an extension.
But everybody wants to be the top 5, top 3 paid quarterback in the NFL.
History, only to be passed by Trevor Lawrence a month.
It's crazy.
Later. And now with quarterbacks like Jordan Love, Tua Tagovailoa, and Dak Prescott needing new contracts, many are speculating that these deals might break the $60 million per year mark. In this video, I'll tell you how and why the NFL's quarterback market became this out of control, and whether or not
bro, when did it fucking start too?
It all started before the 2020 NFL season when Patrick Mahomes signed his record-breaking 10-year extension worth up to $450
I mean, bro, this contract right here now, bro, this shit looks like the smartest contract of all time, bro, because like I don't even think he's even in the top 10 paid quarterbacks right now.
Extension worth up to
like that's a fucking steal.
He was already a Super Bowl champion, an MVP, and hands down the best quarterback in the league, so giving him this contract made a lot of sense, and it seemingly set the league's quarterback market for years to come. In the following offseason in 2021, Josh Allen was due for a contract extension. At the time, he was widely regarded as the second best quarterback in the NFL, and the extension that he and the Bills agreed upon reflected that. He agreed to a 6-year deal worth up to $258 million, putting his annual average at $43 million per year, which was right
like, bro, that's crazy how far it's come. Bro, 43 million, this was like, what, not even a whole 4 years ago, bro. It was at 43 mil. Now it's damn near at $60 million. Like, this shit is crazy.
Year, which was right behind Patrick Mahomes. And while quarterbacks were still getting paid a lot more than other positions, the order of the quarterback market made sense, as the top 5 highest paid quarterbacks were Mahomes, Allen, Dak Prescott, Deshaun Watson, and Russell Wilson. And while of course there were some outliers, and the Watson and Russ deals didn't end up working out, the order of the market made sense at the time. But then 2022 happened. The 2022 offseason featured 3 absolutely awful quarterback signings that have played a huge impact on the current quarterback market.
Which contract is worse, bro? The Deshaun Watson contract or the Russell Wilson contract? For me, like, how can you not say Russ? Because the Broncos are still paying this nigga, even though he's on another team. Like, that shit is outrageous. But paying this nigga $200 million guaranteed is crazy. For him not to have been playing for like 2 seasons.
But in the ultimate act of desperation, the Cleveland Browns offered Deshaun Watson
he hasn't even completed a whole season yet for Cleveland.
$230 million, and not only that, they made it fully guaranteed. And for context, Watson had missed all of 2021 and was facing suspension in 2022 due to his legal troubles. Then when he finally played in 2022, he vastly underperformed.
Stupid, bro.
Then when he finally
what made him throw this?
He vastly underperformed.
Petrie lurked the fuck out of him.
Russell Wilson, who signed a deal that was paying him $49 million per year before he ever even played a single snap in a Denver Broncos uniform, and despite having 1 playoff victory since the year 2017. Obviously, we all know though, Russell Wilson played like absolute garbage in his first season in Denver, and after only 2 seasons, he was released by the Broncos. And the other awful extension of 2022
Kyler Murray.
was Kyler Murray's deal that now pays him up to $46.1 million per year. Despite being a 2-time Pro Bowler in his first 3 seasons, Kyler Murray only took the Cardinals to the playoffs once and suffered an embarrassing defeat against their division rival LA Rams in the wildcard round. Up to that point, he had a losing record as a starter, but the Cardinals felt like they had seen enough to sign Kyler.
I mean, Kyler is good. Like, the talent is there with him, like his mobility and shit like that. I just don't know what's been his problem for real, bro. I guess they got to put more talent around him. You know, they drafted Marvin Harrison Jr. this year, but like outside of Marv, who's he really going to be throwing to, bro? Like, Greg Dortch is solid, but like they don't really have that many weapons. Trey McBride is good as well, but like out of the receiving core, like who else has he got to throw to?
Kyler Murray has gone 6-13 as the starter in Arizona, despite being paid as a top 10 quarterback in the NFL. So after the 2023 season happened and we saw pretty much every quarterback that got a new extension vastly underperform their expectations, those who were up for extensions this season had a ton of leverage for their new deals. In fact, Lamar Jackson even requested a trade from the Baltimore Ravens because he wanted the same deal that Deshaun Watson received the year prior. Ultimately, he did not receive the fully guaranteed contract that he wanted, but they came to terms on a deal
that was the happiest day in Baltimore Ravens history when this news broke right here.
Annually. Other also got over $50 million per year, like Justin Herbert,
I breathed a sigh of relief, gang.
This was a sign that $50 million per year was becoming a common occurrence for quarterbacks. And honestly, every quarterback that got paid in 2023, other than Lamar Jackson, underperformed their expectations. Herbert and Burrow both suffered season-ending injuries.
I heard that shit, bro.
Jalen Hurts had the biggest mid-season collapse of the year and ultimately got smoked by the Buccaneers in the first round of the playoffs. But probably the worst contract of.
But I'll give the benefit of the doubt to Herbert though, because I'm saying they got hit with the injury bug like crazy last year, and plus they had Brandon Staley as a head coach, so I'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
Never playing in a Pro Bowl and having only thrown 20 touchdowns once in his career, the Giants paid Daniel Jones $40 million per year.
That shit was so fucking stupid.
Daniel Jones never has been or will be a good NFL quarterback. He has not even come close to performing like a quarterback that was taken in the top 10 of the draft. And he's never even been a top 20 quarterback in the league. The problem with the Daniel Jones deal wasn't just that they're nearly paying him as much as Patrick Mahomes. It's that they gave Jones this contract and lowballed their best offensive player.
No, for real, bro. Like, how the hell are you going to pay a mediocre quarterback, you know what I'm saying, $40 million, and then you're not going to pay probably a top 10 running back in Saquon Barkley? Like, come on now.
Which now has caused him to.
But when healthy, he's definitely top 5.
And now this offseason, it's been Jared Goff and Trevor Lawrence that have gotten big extensions. And I'd say Goff's was somewhat deserved. Even though he isn't one of the elite quarterbacks in the league, he is certainly a top.
He just took them to the NFC Championship last year, so why not?
The Lions to the NFC Championship game. Trevor Lawrence's contract, on the other hand, was a little bit of a head scratcher because he's had some extreme highs and lows so far in his career. But as we've seen in the case of Justin Herbert, you can get paid $50 million per year in the NFL without ever winning a playoff game. And at least Trevor Lawrence has done that. So as we all can see, these big, massive quarterback contracts.
And that came against Justin Herbert,
but
too.
Are they deserved? When you compare the amount of money that quarterbacks make per year to any non-quarterbacks, you're going to see a massive gap. Justin Jefferson just became the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history, as he now makes around $35 million per year. And to put that into perspective, 16 quarterbacks make more than $35 million a year. The reigning defensive player of the year, Myles Garrett, makes $25 million per year, which means that he's getting paid a little more than half the amount amount of money that Deshaun Watson makes, even though Garrett clearly plays more of an impact on winning football games for the Browns than Watson does. A lot of people would point to the career of Tom Brady and talk about how he signed team-friendly deals so that way his team could sign good supporting casts to help him win more championships, which is true, and Brady
that's a big part of why he won 7 rings
in the long run. But this is where I get into the counter argument, that these quarterbacks should continue signing these massive contracts and that they are well deserved. First and foremost, this might upset a lot of you, but the NFL is not just about winning football games. It is a business, and a player's value is calculated by more than just winning games.
He's got a point,
Think about
though.
how much money
like the NFL is just money hungry at this point. Like the whole thing with the NFL Sunday ticket shit going on, bro. Like they would rather overprice for that than pay for, you know what I'm saying, new fields and shit to make sure the players are safe and shit like that, bro.
Off of the image and
like the NFL is so fucking money hungry.
Let's look at the case of Trevor Lawrence. The Jaguars were an absolutely impoverished NFL franchise before he got there. And now they've had back-to-back winning seasons for the first time since the 1990s. There was talk for years about this team potentially moving from Jacksonville, and now they're building a new gorgeous $1.4 billion.
Ooh, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I like this stadium. This stadium looks sexy as fuck.
And now, obviously, I'm not saying that Trevor Lawrence is the sole reason for all of this, but ever since he's gotten there, Jaguars ticket sales have gone up, and I guarantee you that he is their #1 selling jersey, and it's not even close. So with that said, and many more factors that I didn't even mention, do you think that Trevor Lawrence is going to make the Jaguars more than $55 million per year? Yes, he absolutely will. So therefore, it's completely fair for him to receive a piece of that pie. The fact of the matter is this: if everyone took the Brady approach, 99% of quarterbacks would cost themselves tens to hundreds of millions of dollars. Not everyone is going to have a long career, and only one person can win the Super Bowl each year. So you absolutely have to take the money when you can. Also, we need to take into account that the league's salary cap has gone up 22% since 2020. This is a massive increase, which means we're going to see a spike in the amount of money players are making, since teams are simply just able to pay them more. The problem is the owners have lost all leverage when it comes to quarterback contracts. The players and their agents know the amount of value that they provide to their teams. And now there's been a couple of huge contracts that have gone to players who were underqualified and have underperformed, which gives them even more leverage in negotiations. The owners are also terrified of letting their quarterbacks test free agency because they are so scared of downgrading. If the Lions didn't pay Jared Goff, who would they be able to get that's as good or better than him? And it's the same question for every team. If
they're scared of Lawrence, they're scared of not really, you know what I'm saying, finding another franchise guy, bro.
If not Tua, then who? If not Dak or Jordan Love, then who as an organization are you going to get that you know for a fact is going to be better than their predecessor? The only way the owners can gain leverage back is if they all put their foot down and say, we are not paying a quarterback above a certain percentage of our salary cap. If they don't do this, the quarterback market is simply going to look like the way it is and the way it has looked for a very long time. And given the trend of how much the salary cap continues to go up, the quarterback contracts are only going to get larger. Now, do I think that every quarterback contract ends up being a great one? Absolutely not. I'd say it's clear that the Broncos failed with the Russell Wilson contract. And I think everyone knew at the time that the Daniel Jones deal wasn't going to work out for the Giants. But I would say more often than not, paying your quarterback top dollar is necessary. The only way it isn't necessary is if you know as an organization that you will upgrade in free agency or the draft. They're the most important player when it comes to winning games, and they're also typically the most important player when it comes to generating fan interest and thus generating more revenue for their respective franchise, which means they're going to get paid more than anyone else. Hey everyone, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, as it will go a long way in helping me create the best quality NFL content for all of you. In the comments, let me know if you think that quarterbacks are becoming overpaid in today's NFL. And once again, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Hey man, what do you guys think about this whole situation? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Turn on post notifications, notified when I drop another banger video. One road to 300 sellers. Help me get there for more banger NFL content like this. So without further ado, I'm out. Gang.